So today we will be looking into the structure of sucrose, which is also known as table sugar. Table sugar, its formula is C12H22O11. Basically, it is the polymer of alpha glucose and beta fructose. Right, it is a polymer of alpha glucose and beta fructose, and I have taught you the ring structure as well as the straight chain structure of glucose and fructose. So now let's directly jump into the structure of sucrose. Basically, the sucrose is a disaccharide, right? It's a disaccharide. It is a disaccharide. So let's jump into the structure of glucose, right? So here, this is glucose. Let me draw the structure. Right, so this is the structure of fructose. Basically, this is fructose, right? So at carbon here we are having H, here we will be having CH2OH. So this is carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2, carbon number 3, carbon number 4. So at carbon number 1, we will be having CH2OH, and at carbon number 2, like I said, it should be beta fructose. So in carbon, at carbon number 2, it will be OH will be here and H will be here because it's beta fructose, and in fructose the functional carbon is carbon number 2. So that's why we will put here carbon number 2. At carbon number 3, it will be like H will be here, OH will be at that side, 4 OH over here, and H at this side, right? So let's make the structure of glucose now. Right, so here we are having carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3, carbon number 4, carbon number 5, and this is carbon number 6, right? So over carbon number 1, like I said, it should be alpha glucose, right? So over here, this oxygen should have OH on this side and H like this, again OH, H, here H, OH, OH, H, here CH2OH, CH2OH, right? So this is the structure of glucose. Now what will happen, this glucose will form OH from this, like this. The water will be here. The process of dehydration, condensation will take place, right? The process of dehydration, condensation will take place. The water will be removed and they will form a link, and I can't draw the structure again, but I can show you how they will form. Consider this glucose, right? Here we are having carbon number 5, right? Over here now we are having like this. So at carbon number, this is carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2. So they will form a bond which will be like, wait a minute, oxygen from this, right? Like this, and this bond will be known as alpha 1 beta 2 glycosidic linkage. This will be known as alpha 1 beta 2 glycosidic linkage. Actually, we put alpha here because the glucose, at glucose it was alpha, and at fructose it was beta. That's why alpha 1 beta 2 glycosidic linkage, okay, which is a, actually glycosidic linkage is a characteristic bond of carbohydrates, right? So I hope this is clear to you. This is carbon number 2, carbon number 1. Okay, as you can see over here, this is carbon number 1 and this is carbon number, this is carbon number 2 and this is carbon number 1. So that's why we have put alpha 1 beta 2 glycosidic linkage. So I hope this is clear to you. If you have any kind of question, you can ask me.